Peace and riches blessings. I am Michael B. Beckwith, the host of Take Back Your Mind. Peace and blessings. I am Michael B. Beckwith, the founder of the Agape International Spiritual Center and your host on Take Back Your Mind and the Take Back Your Mind Life Question of the Week. And today, our life question comes from Destiny. And before I read the life question, let me just say this to you. If you or anyone else listening to this particular broadcast has any kind of mental or emotional, psychological crisis, you can contact 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at their website, 988lifeline.org, or by dialing 988. I say that because sometimes the things we talk about carry information about suicide or depression. And we want you to know there are resources that one can use. Of course, you can call our Agape Spiritual Center prayer ministry. But if it's suicidal, call 988 or 988lifeline.org. Now, Destiny asked this question. I've been dealing with suicidal thoughts for years. And I was told that I have a major depressive disorder. I feel like I'm being tormented. I know that we are one and belong to the collective consciousness, but part of me does not want to be here. I know we can create heaven on earth, but I would rather be fully back in my spiritual body where everything is easy. How do I overcome my suicidal thoughts? Or is this the cross I have to bear? This is a powerful question. I think, Destiny, there are so many people that are going to benefit from this. So the first thing I want to tell you is that, particularly at this time in human history, where over the last few years, millions of people are coming out of the lockdown of healthy people, the first time this ever happened in human history where healthy people were being locked down in what was called a pandemic. You have a tremendous amount of deaths that are happening on the planet. Wars, genocides, so many things going on, that there is what you call a collective consciousness of foreboding, worry, and doubt, and fear. And the internet and social media is full of so many things for people to be afraid of these times. So when you talk about one, you're part of a collective consciousness. Yes, we all are a part of this collective consciousness. So one, you're not alone in this feeling. And two, your real identity is not being a part of the collective consciousness. There's a statement from the Holy Writ, the Bible, that says that it is in God that we live, move, and have our being. So I want to first begin there, that though there is a collective consciousness through spiritual practice, we begin to realize that we're not living, moving, and having our beingness in the collective consciousness. We're living, moving, and having our beingness in a larger field of love and beauty and intelligence. And that's whether you have a body or whether you are invisible and don't have a body. And spiritual practice allows little pinpricks in the depression and the trauma and the anxiety to break through so you can begin to see that. And so when you say, I don't want to be here, I want to be where it's much easier, please be aware that you take yourself with you. So even though you don't have a body, your state of consciousness is what you take with you. So while you are here, we want to do some great work for this. So one, you're living, moving, and having your beingness in love and beauty and intelligence. These are just words to you right now until there's some level of spiritual practice. Two, You've been told you have a major depressive disorder. Now, labels can be deadly and harmful. There are medical labels, there are psychological labels. Often in our society, in that particular paradigm, it becomes easier for those who wear the white coats to see what's going on with the person and then label it. And then that individual assumes that label and then comes under the law of that label. This is pure metaphysics. What you are to do is to acknowledge that, of course, emotionally, you may be feeling down. You may be feeling sad. You may be feeling depressed. You may be feeling worried, anxious. But don't label it. Don't let authority figures label you anything. Just notice there is sadness here. There's doubt here. There's worry here. There's anxiousness here. There's anxiety here. Take away the label and go directly to the emotion. And then as you are embracing the emotion with deep compassion, deep love, you look at the emotion like a baby that needs to be cradled and held. And you inside, you just love this part of you that is feeling cut off. It's feeling depressed. It's feeling worried. It feels like it wants to get away. And you just, if you can imagine yourself for a moment. Let's say you're walking into a room and there's a baby in a crib, a friend's baby, your own baby, a sister, a brother, and that baby is crying and your heart opens and you reach down and you pick up the baby. You just want to bring a level of comfort to the baby, and you just put the baby on your shoulder and you rock the baby until the baby slowly starts to stop crying and the baby starts to feel safe and secure. You take your emotional body and you do the same thing. There's sadness here. There's worry here. There's doubt. There's suicidal thoughts. And you begin to take that part of yourself as if it was a little baby. You love it. You embrace it. You hold it. And then something begins to happen, Destiny. You begin to realize that you are bigger than the baby. You're bigger than the emotion. The emotion is here. You're not denying it. You're not trying to push it away. Just as you're bigger than that little baby in the crib, and you're holding the baby and you're loving the baby, you're bigger than what is passing through you. And as you practice that on a regular basis, you begin to be more conscious that you are the expanded awareness of which all these other things are passing through. And then little by little, you don't want to run away into another dimension to get away from this. You want to be right here, right now, embracing it until it transmutes. Your observation will help the transmutation. Then, of course, there's always assistance. Here at Agape, we have licensed spiritual therapists that assist people in this. And there are other wonderful spiritual therapists on this planet that can assist. Remember, every issue is mental or emotional. Every solution is spiritual. You have to have a spiritual opening, you see. So this is what I get when I read this. How do I overcome my suicidal thoughts? You watch them. You look at them. And you know what will happen? You'll begin to notice that they're emanating from a central lie that you told yourself at some point in your human incarnation. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I'm not going to amount to anything. No one loves me. I'm unsupported. I made the biggest mistake in my life. Those are all lies of the ego. But you see, underneath that, there is a primordial life essence that you are, that is just bubbling up through a limited perception. Love those parts of yourself, and you'll pump right back in to the original, authentic spiritual self that's untouched by time, experience, or limited perception. I hope this is assisting you and many others, and there's always help outside of yourself, another person, spiritual therapist, that can assist you in breaking free from the downward spiral that may be caught in your emotional body. Please know that we're here to support you as a community, and there is a living presence that is supporting you right now. You are so loved. In your spiritual practice, you'll open up to just how deeply you're loved. Destiny and everyone else who is tuning in, who feels connected to this question, you are so loved and appreciated. Dynamic blessings to you. Hey, thank you for joining me today. If you'd like to ask a question, please email me at podcast@michaelbeckwith.com. And you know what? Your question just might be featured. Have a beautiful and bright day.